Welcome back to the Bako Motorsports Power Hour. I'm Louis Hamastoy, joined by Mike Griffith here from the Bakersfield, California, in our studios here. And we're going to talk about the 2015 March meet. And I tell you what, I'm excited for this next guest. We've got on the phone none other than Mark Sanders, a.k.a. Mr. Explosive, one of the biggest personalities you'll ever meet and one of the great guys in drag racing. He'll be at Auto Club Famoso Raceway probably later today or tomorrow as he gets ready for the funny car competition. Mark, are you there?
Oh, yeah, we're here, man. Say that again. I love the compliments. Bring it on.
Mark, you have come close to winning this. I think you finished second a couple years ago. But winning this thing, I know this is a top priority for you.
Oh, yeah, it's just like last year, 2014, we won the Cordova event, the World Series. That was a great feat, and this would be a great one to have on a resume. There's no doubt about it. And, yeah, we did come in second a couple years ago, had a little parts failure. We were out in front, but that's history. That's back in the day. This is a new year, a new fight. It just makes you fight harder, right?
Right, absolutely. You're coming down here for this event. What are your expectations for the 2015 Nostalgia Heritage Series and for the March meet?
Well, I want to go, obviously, number one, we got to get in the show. I don't know how many cars are scheduled down there right now, but I know they're coming from all over the country. I know the old Cruise Petragon's bringing them in, from all over. So we got to get in the show, number one, and then from there, I just got to start putting them in the box one at a time and sending them out of that field, out of the Bakersfield, send them back where they belong, man.
Now, Cruz kind of put up a YouTube video and called everybody out, including Mark, Mr. Explosion Sanders. Did you happen to see that?
When you guys called earlier there to make sure we were around, we're pouring concrete right now in downtown Maple Valley, and I just pulled that up on a little laptop my buddy has here. And with the concrete trucks, we watched it real quick, and I seen that. That was the first time I seen that. So, but I did catch one thing. I see was real serious. We talked about all the other boys, but when it came to Mr. Explosion, he was cracking a smile. So
yeah.
I don't know about that, man. I see that. I don't know if it's a little butt whooping this weekend, or if he thinks he can get a hold of us real quickly. But a couple of days from now, we'll all find out, won't we?
We will find out, and I don't know about you, but it's got to be one of the most exciting weekends of the year for you and for us as well.
Well, it's a big event down there, right? You wouldn't think of it when you think of Bakersfield, California, over there, but the history of the event, right?
Right.
It's going on. I think what is this, the 55th year right now, right? So it's quite a feat to win an event there, and people from all over the world come there. That's what's neat about it. England and Australia and the accents and the people. You got to have some time to sit down and BS with the folks, the spectators, and we're good at that. I love that part of it, right?
Yeah. How long have you been driving now for? How many years?
I think this is my 7th year. I used to mud race forever in the mud, and I built a sand dragster. And then we wanted to get into some more nitro, and everybody said, "Oh, Mark, you do good in a funny car." And I really never went to the drags back in the day because I was in the dirt. So I had my son, Jake, which is now my crew chief still to today. We built a car for his high school project, and there was 30 guys down there that are like, "Oh, we hear that all the time. Who's going to tune it?" And I said, "That little kid right there, my kid. You guys better not worry about me. You better worry about your own self." And now over the years of progressiveness and learning a little bit, we've blown up our fair share of parts, man. We fed the Pistons and the aluminum gods our fair share, but everybody has. And so now we are where we are today. So if we can win this one, that'll be a heck of a statement for us.
How do you balance your, you work full time for a living, you're talking about pouring concrete. I know you're in construction. How do you balance work and this very ambitious schedule of racing around the country?
You know what it is? It's a family, right? My wife, my daughter, and my son. It's a family-oriented deal. Then I have one gal in the bookkeeper, Diane, that takes care of the paperwork when we're gone. I'm pouring concrete tomorrow morning. I got a 6 o'clock start. We'll be on the job at 4:30 in the morning, and then I'm going to try to stuff one in at 9:15, and then we're running for the airplane from there.
Wow.
So I pretty much work every single solitary day, Saturday and Sunday, right on through the days that we don't race. And then, boom, Jake takes the truck and the trailer and sets everything up at the racetrack and rebuilds parts on the road or at somebody else's house. And we're going to run, I think we have a 17-show series this year that we're going to try to do. We're also going to run that IHRA Nitro Jam, which is already kicked off last month, was our first event down in Tucson. So that old motto, work hard, play hard, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the amazing thing about the sport is that your hobby is hard work. That's your hobby. You know, that's the thing I find so amazing about these teams, because, you know, you're tearing the engines apart, you know, and that's the fun part of the deal, I guess.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no doubt. It's a second job, is what it is.
Absolutely. It's a big funny car field, and Griff, you know, what are your takeaways from the field? How big is it going to be for Mr. Explosive?
Looking at the the standard, you know, around 30 cars for 16-car show. I'd say you're going to have to run in the fives to make the show as usual. It's going to be mid-70s for highs, so it's going to be pretty ideal weather, I think. What do you think, Mark?
Oh, no, I did too. We looked at the weather deal. I think, well, we're going to be in the 70 degrees there, 50s at night. I mean, you know, March and October are two primo months for the weather down there. And, you know, I think it's the same thing. It's in the 70s. The 570s is a tough number to be in, and we were in there last year. I think 4 of our 5 runs we were in 570s. So, you know, I lost on a hole shot there in the semis, but there again, that was last year. So we're going to bring last year's tune-up with us, put that right in the car, plug that baby in for Friday's first session, and work it from there. Hey,
does Bakersfield starting to feel a little bit like a second home for you because you're so well regarded here by the fans and by all the other drivers here?
You know what? I kind of want to make every state we go into that same comment, right? We love to go to San Antonio, and people call or email us, you know, for some hero cards all over. I love the fans, the people. You know, definitely if you're listening or seeing us, come on by. Tell us you heard us on the Bakersfield Californian, you know.
Right,
and,
absolutely.
We'll stop the car and, you know, just have a lot of fun there. But, yeah, Bakersfield is a great place, and it's neat because it's advertised well, and a lot of people come. It's a packed house.
Well, we expect 30,000 there throughout the weekend, and a huge crowd on Saturday as the main show gets started, and then the finals on Sunday. And definitely, I think we'll be talking more to Mr. Explosive, Mark Sanders, as he makes his way down from Washington, his home state. Hey, so good to have you on. Thank you for taking the time. We know you're busy. We appreciate it, and we'll see you this weekend.
All right, my man, you have a good afternoon, and hopefully, yeah, we will. You know where we'll be. If you can't find us, just listen for me, and you'll find us.
All right, there you go. Thank you so much to Mark Sanders, Mr. Explosive, Top Fuel funny car driver, an unbelievable guy, Nitro funny car driver, and just an unbelievable guy. So much enthusiasm, Mike, for the sport, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what nostalgia racing is about. Is he talked about family. It's not professional, although there's a ton of money in this. Don't make no mistake about it. It's very professional, but I guess you kind of call it semi-pro because nobody's really doing it for a living. Although, you know, he's going to be running across the country like they did last year. They did about 20-something races, and that's a lot. That harkens back to the old days, though, of barnstorming throughout the country and just having a good time.
All right, March meet is upon us here, and let's show a couple of these slides here real quick before we get to another break here. Again, so Thursday, the testing begins tomorrow at 9 a.m., nitro testing at 3 o'clock. Friday, funny car and Top Fuel qualifying beginning at noon and at 3 o'clock. Then Saturday, man, I just put it out there. Get there early. You need to get there by probably no later than 7:30, or if not earlier, to get a good parking spot.
Yeah, you want to get there early Saturday, and then they have the final qualifying round right around 11 or noon, and then the first round of Top Fuel and funny car around 3:15, something like that. So you're going to be able to see the last round. Everybody try to get in. You see a round of qualifying as well.
And daylight savings kicks in this week, so we're gonna spring forward and on Sunday. So we'll have light. Well, the racing, the finals will be in daylight around 4 o'clock on Sunday. $30 general admission for Thursday and Friday. $35 admission for Saturday and Sunday. It's just such a good deal. And I know if you go onto the website for Auto Club Famoso Raceway, that you can get some pretty good packages too.
You get some multi-day tickets out there if you want to go all the time.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more here. We'll wrap up the show here on Bakersfield.com. I'm Louis Amestoy with Mike Griffith here from the Bakersfield, California studios, downtown Bakersfield.